Today I messed up by literally freezing up in front of my gym crush. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is good. I'm a long-time lurker, but today, I finally had a funny, albeit painful, mess up that multiple people laughed about tonight, so I knew I had struck gold and just had to share with you all. Let me preface with this: I am 20, am a very social person and can strike up a conversation with anyone, except women, it seems. I also am not big on the thought of approaching women in the gym, but last Monday, this girl and I locked eyes for a few seconds as I walked over near her to the closest cleaning station. She, F20s, was literally right there beside it, and my backward brain didn't think to talk to her. I saw her a couple of times last week and then again this past Monday. I had decided that I had enough of my cowering and that I would speak to her if I came into contact with her today, without forcing anything / trying to run into her intentionally. I was finishing up my workout with my usual ending, the Stairmaster. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I must mention is that this past Monday was leg day for me, and I am notoriously bad about getting tight leg muscles because I don't stretch enough. I have found that very frequently when I am on the Stairmaster, my vastus medialis muscles, I believe to be the correct muscle, it's on the inner side of my thigh above my knees, will cramp up very easily, and will be very painful. So much so to the point that if I feel a cramp coming on, I have to soon stop the machine or my leg will be unable to bend at the knee. Gym girl was finishing up with the vertical leg press machine across the room and was about to head to the nearest cleaning station, which happened to be right below me. I thought that this would finally be a chance to talk to her. Well friends, here was when the story goes from 0 to 100 in a matter of just seconds. I was already beginning to cramp up and decided I would make this my chance. As I rushed to get off of the Stairmaster, I began cramping so badly that my legs were slowly starting to lock outward. In a fury of literal unspeakable pain, I managed to wiggle myself around the corner of the Stairmaster to the cleaning station to grab a paper towel and spray bottle as she was behind me. Guess what happens next? I literally can't move. I look down and my leg muscles are cramping so hard I might as well have been staring at two craters in the middle of my thighs. At this point, I am just seized up standing there doing nothing. I could not bend my knees at all and started to freak out internally. I can't explain just how scary this truly is, unless you have ever experienced it. I'm trying to move my legs but I can't get them to move the way my brain is telling them to. They just kept rising upwards because of the cramp. Here she comes back to throw the paper towel in the trash and I'm still just standing there rocking back and forth trying to get my legs to let up so I could move. I was still just frozen there looking at her and around at everything as she walked off. I finally awkwardly kinda half-squatted beside the machine to get enough relief to spray the machine and wipe it off, but as soon as I inched back upwards my knees launched me forward into the continuing excruciating pain. I finally managed to get the spray bottle set back up on the cleaning station, but now all I could think about was trying to get the cramping to end. The nearest seat to me was the bench in the locker room. I was probably about 8 to 10 steps away, and let me tell you, that was the longest 8 to 10 steps I have ever taken in my life. I waddled away looking like I was doing an A+ impression of Steve from Minecraft's walk animation. I finally got into the locker room and was able to sit down and get my cramps to ease up enough to start stretching. I texted my friend who had come work out with me today that I was in the locker room and was fighting for my life. He came running in to see me just sitting there. There wasn't much he could do, so I just stretched and slowly got changed and got ready to leave. Guess who is using a machine I have to walk by on my way out? Yes, gym girl. Thankfully she had her back turned to me when I walked by. I thought about making a joke about the situation to her, but at this point, there was irreparable damage done to my ego. I believe this is a sign that I should never attempt to talk to a girl in the gym whatsoever for the rest of my life. Oh, and that maybe I should start stretching a bit more. If this happens to blow up or something and the gym girl sees this, please DM me what I was wearing today so I'll know it's you. I've got some explaining to do. TLDR, my legs cramped up on me today at the gym in front of my gym crush, leading me to be frozen in place and unable to move in unbearable pain, which led to me looking like an even bigger weirdo fool who just stood there looking at her.